Hey, let me start out with doing a practice run or practice run through of various things for a Monday read, since definitely haven't done a Sunday reads, this being Sunday. Um, you know, this is where I sit down and have a little session where I say what I've been reading, what I'm going to read in the next week coming up. I've I'm I am almost through. Got like another 80 or so pages of HMS Surprise. I finished by Patrick O'Brien, which I'm really enjoying, and we're having our climactic kind of our naval battle, the only naval battle in this book, which is being handled extremely well by Patrick O'Brien after, uh, I guess, Maturin had his battle, which was his interpersonal stuff with Diane Villers, who I kind of go back and forth on whether she is indeed the bad un versus Sophia being the good un in that. But yes, really enjoying that. I finished Feel Free by Zadie Smith, which is really great essays. Jeff Dyer, um, various other essays, which have all flown free from my head. I should just take a look at the topics as I go through. A topic on joy, yes, on Jeffrey Dyer. Um, God damn it, art appreciation in general, like kind of really, which something I'm not familiar with. Um, oh man, okay, I don't have too much to say on that other than I think I definitely will try and pick out one or two essays and just talk about them particularly in a review. Um, God damn it. I have got, not Anthony Lane, I listened to Anthony Scott, A.O. Scott, a critic in the New York Times, movie critic for the New York Times, movie critic at large. I don't know what he is now. Definitely has wide-ranging interests. Talked to Mark Maron about being a critic, and that sufficiently kind of whet my appetite that I got his book. Is it Better Living Through Criticism? I'll have to take a look at the book title. Um, got that from the library, and I don't know if I have too many days left on that. I should see if I can renew it, and I'm gonna try and read it because it's not an audiobook. So I will do that. I am also reading Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, doing that like one chapter a day, which is a good thing to do with Swift, I think, because you don't want to read him swiftly in a way. You want to sink in and try and get some of the historical context, get some of the history of the period that he is satirizing. Though there's tons of stuff in here, like the Lilliputans having a great schism of on a kind of religious scale over the Big Endians and the Little Endians, who are the schism over which end of the egg you should split first, and just all the body grossness of being a being a giant, being 12 times the height, or basically one Lilliputian multiplied by 1,724, and that's when you magnify all the all your all your appetite and all your excretions, and there's a lot of excretion in this book. Very much getting into the kind of the emphasizing the bodily nature of a human being, and how that can be considered pretty disgusting. But also just sort of the appetites at this point of a emperor, the emperor of the Lilliputans, and when you deny the desires of that emperor, how that makes you an enemy of the state appears. So yeah, I'm doing that. I should probably pick out another audiobook to read, and probably mention that once I finish Patrick O'Brien, I will go on to Elmer Leonard with Moonshine War. That will probably get me through the week. So yeah, something to listen. I need to pick something to listen to, and I need to figure out, note down a couple of the essays from Zadie Smith, just a little smattering of just the topics, and just mention just how engaging and interesting of an essayist Zadie Smith is. How she really brings you into it. Brings you into her topics through through the context, but also just through her own lens, her own point of view, and her own just fierce intelligence, which makes me feel quite small in comparison, but it's also very mind expanding that way. So yeah, that is my practice. I guess that's my practice run for a Mndy Rds. I will leave it. Oh, and the other thing I would probably mention is that the big news in BookTube, at least as far as I'm concerned this week, was that that Shake Timber, is it Shake Timber? Shake Timber has been announced, where great and excellent booktubers, Jason at Old Blues Chapter and Verse, Steve Donahue, um, um, Luke Cash at A Cruel Reader's Thesis, and blank her name at God, I can't. Oh, and I'm gonna have to look up her name, which I should know very clearly because she's been in it every year and is awesome and is actually kind of is responsible for putting on theater. Uh, um, See, this is why you write these things. I'll write these things down for the actual day, or announcing that, and it's a little less full on this year, which is good timing for me, maybe good timing for everyone, where we'll just be doing one play a week versus uh, you could choose to do all 4 plays if you're insane, like someone might do, or but this one, it's just one play a week, starting off with Othello, where they will on September the 4th get together and discuss the play. And there's so much to discuss that it's one of these things of, even if you've read these plays multiple times, there's so many different things to discuss and be interested in them. I'm thinking maybe this year, because I usually try and do a little bit of outside reading around, is I might just try and find some online essays about Shakespeare, older essays of reacting to Shakespeare, and read those and kind of process those. That might be an interesting. That might be an interesting little different tack to take this year in Shake Timber, or Shake whatever the fuck it's called this year. I need to learn that as well. All right, I'm gonna go upstairs, read some HMS Surprise, and yeah, and then I'll be back to do a dark episode for tonight. All right, see you in a bit. More videos later.